Well, everybody, we start off tonight the aftermath of, spoiler alert for anybody who missed the last stream, the aftermath of our first ever national title with Boston College. We did it. Cue the Dora the Explorer music. We did it. Hooray. Now, I was racking my brain yesterday and today about what to do next. We're three and a half weeks away from MLB coming out. Not really feeling FIFA, not really feeling NCAA. I have 1,000 games to play, yet nothing else I really want to play because I'm having a blast with this. So, with NCAA, it's the question of, do we continue or do we start anew? But the problem is, whenever we start a second franchise, it's always in the shadow of the one that we happened to do the first time. So, a little bit later on, I am going to ask you, chat, a very important question. And you are going to dictate what happens next with this mode. It is going to continue, but how it continues is up to you. Before we can do that, though, we have to progress here through this off season as we do. And we'll take it from there and see what happens. So stick with me while we make these changes. We got another new offensive coordinator because it never stops. He does have 27 points, though, so he has the max. But yeah, you guys will help me decide just how exactly we progress with this team. But before that, we do continue onward as if it's business as usual. Again, this team has changed a lot. Brosella Cool Running is the new quarterback of this team, regardless of what happens. And yeah, it's Brosella's best position. No changes there. We got Ryan Young. His best position is clearly at quarterback. I got a runny nose. Something stuck in my throat. It's a beautiful time we had. Fighting off sneezes, too.
Oh, good for you!
Got the spear of the hero, by the way. What a time. Welcome to fuck my life up. Thanks, Sinuses fam. Working on the title. Thank you for the ball. Anyway, yeah, Ryan Young staying at quarterback. Dev Train Honky. Forgot all about him. He is still going to be a quarterback. Also, Darius Wilson, who I can't imagine will stick around on this team. And there is Paris Ingram, who I also can't imagine will stay on this team. Running backs, Taco Supreme and Olatis is still here. Would be a dynamite wide receiver if needed, but obviously our number one running back. Although Baker and Timo as our starting running back with Taco Supreme at wideout, it could work. And also White Fat Rock Jr. is still there. Could be set up as the backup QB for the year. Is clearly the best at running back. So again, we have options in multiple different positions here. We'll consider some things. We don't have any athletes to bring in. Fullback-wise, still have Lumberjack Flannel, who is best at running back, and Jack Marius Thacteratrix, best at wideout. Again, we weren't able to get any fullbacks this year. Wide receiver, we're still looking pretty good. Buck Naked is back again, as is Locksmith, now our second best wide receiver. God help me. Samsung, also the best at wide receiver. Hard dunk at Chud. J Rose, 1 whole year. Happy anniversary. What a year it's been. We've laughed. We've cried. We've cried some more. And even more after that. A lot of crying. J Rose, thank you for the 1 year. My goodness. What is wrong with you? 1 whole year of, yep, supporting that guy. I'll never understand it, but I thank you for it. Oh, goodness. All right. All right. Never seen you cry on stream before. I mean, give it time. You never know. You never know when it can happen, you know? You never know. All right. So, can't help but think we move Taco Supreme to wide receiver. He'll be one of our 2 best. Keep Baker and Tymo as our starting running back. White Fat Rock, start training him up to be the next one at quarterback now that he's been able to build up elsewhere. Means we got these 3 running backs here. Golo Conte as a senior can now be the new second string. Probably Flannel behind him. Flannel's a little bit better at fullback, so we'll move him back over. This is going to be a real interesting team this season coming off the Natty. It really is. What if I move Flannel back? 45 tight end. It almost doesn't even matter. Almost doesn't even matter. Damn. All right. So we need 1 more fullback, 2 more tight ends. We are absolutely boned at tight end. Absolutely boned. Samsung would be a 48. Our Dunkachud would be a 50. Our Dunkachud's going to have to move back over to tight end. Hayes is a 46. Sanchez a 43. Quinn 8. Ooh, Quinn's a 64. We'll move him over. Forgot that we moved him over in the first place. Hayur is a 58.
Oh, good for you!
We can move Brown over. Leon, thank you for the follow as well. Very much appreciated. All right, I think we're set up at least offensively. It's not the prettiest. It's not the prettiest. Let's set up the O-line. Again, a big decision, though, is coming your way, chat. Not just in terms of naming players. That will dictate how we continue on here with Boston College. Figured this is the best way to go about it while I'm still having fun with this game. It's because Revamped is absolutely incredible, and I'm not done having fun with it. Alright, so we gotta get ready to set up the O-line here as best we can. We're gonna be nowhere near repeat caliber. That is for sure. So Fatu is 1 better. Dickinson drops by 1. Clausen stays the same. Bangers also drops by 1. So we'll move Bangers over to right tackle. Fatu to guard. Clausen to guard. And Schwarmer probably as well can get moved. Actually, Schwarmer drops by 1. So we are going to need a center. He drops by 2. Oatmeal drops by 2. Carr stays the same. Tough call here. So he drops by 1. He stays the same. So we'll move Wappa over. Brown drops by 2. Oatmeal drops by 2. Carr will move over. Harrison gets better. Ferguson gets better. Everett gets better. Hand gets better. Cedric Nash stays the same. Muffin gets better. Harambe. Alright, so we'll move Schwarmer over to right tackle as well. So we are set up a tackle. And for the interior, Fatu goes up by 4. Clausen by 3. Wapa by 2. We'll have Fatu at center. Of Wapa on the right. Let's see. Carr, I think as well. We'll have to go on the right for now. So 1 better at center. 1 better. 1 better. 1 better. Okay, this looks pretty straightforward with how. Nope. Okay, Cedric Nash actually a +4 and Harambe a +2. Cool. So the O-line is set. A lot of depth, in a sense. I'll say in a sense, a lot of depth, but at the same time, not really. We got a lot of people. We don't necessarily have depth. All right. For the defensive line, let's see what we got. What do we have for ye old defensive line? Our Sour Patch Kids so addictive. I don't know, but I stopped eating them for that reason, Jaros. All right, Knife Pervert, 1 better. McTuxin, 7 better. Ballsack, 5 points better. Chin, 4 points better. Moran, 5 points better. So we will be sticking with Knife Pervert and Ole Ole on the defensive line. Mohicans as well. Stay on the defensive line. Ship Me Nuts can play either. Dean can play either. Buffalo's 2 better. And Dean was fine. Cartman, 1 better. Wet Ferrets. Anderson much better. Johnson stays the same. Rogers drops. Cash Register 3 points better. And Brian Manning is 3 points better. We got 2 dudes over there. Move Dean over. Move Rogers over. That, oh my god, do we have defensive tackles? Jesus. Well, at the very least, we're not really going to have to wonder who we're cutting off of the roster. A lot of defensive tackles. A lot. Hopefully we don't have too many walk-ons this year, but I know walk-on 2 is there. Honestly, we might just have to leave the walk-ons on the roster. So I don't really think... Yeah, I mean, these guys are just going to be so shit at linebacker. Well, actually, Charles Dean isn't going to be that bad. Deakins is a 68. They're just too damn slow to play linebacker. Yeah. Had a feeling. We can move Knife Pervert off the defensive line, which does hurt the strength of the defensive line, but it does give us that extra bit at linebackers. So walk on 2, we're gonna move over to punter. And walk on 1 will also move over to punter, just so that I know to cut them off of the team. So Idla Sol drops by 2, Anoki stays the same. Knife Pervert drops by 2. Move Anoki over. Dick goes up. Coach, caught the coach cheating. Stays the same. Cow Pasture out to the right. CC out to the left. Montgomery out to the left. I'm going to end up seeing another linebacker auto-signed. It is what it is. There's really nothing I can do about it. Really nothing I can do about it. God, we really did win right at the end of our window. We really did. This team is, this team right now is not looking great. We won right at the end of our window. So Arceus, Byron, and Taiwan #1 might have to be our top guys. I mean, Arceus is 3 points better. Byron's only 1 point better. #1 so much better at safety. And your ass is 1 better. Butterball goes up by 4. Burrows by 2. Apple by 1. Cax by 1. Kitty Fox goes way the hell up. Coldest to ever do it goes way up. Bueller goes way up. Sycamore goes way up. Frazier. Washington. Wiggins. Pittman. All those guys are so much better at safety. So at least 1 dude needs to be moved. And the obvious shout is Arceus, who doesn't drop off that far. So he still needs to be our #1 corner. number 1 goes up by 1. Kitty Fox goes up by 2, so we'll move him over. Butterball. Coldest. Bueller drops. Sycamore goes up. Frazier goes up. Washington. Wiggins. And Pittman. Man, we have so much depth in the secondary. It's outrageous. A kicker. And punter. Oh, boy. Wow, we're weak here now, too. No doubt, Cream of Wheat is going to be the kicker for his senior year. Which means punter will be Cromwell Stank Buteau. Be the punter. No athletes. That is the team. This is the weakest this team has appeared in many a moon. Despite now being the defending national champions. Coco, hello. How are you, sir? In terms of training results, cool running. Up to a 94 as a junior, which is great. Again, he's just not a mobile quarterback. But as a pocket passer, he's fantastic. 94 throw power, though. He's interesting. Got a fever from the booster? Oof. Well, hey, way I see it is fever and a little bit of muscle aches for a day or two. A hell of a lot better than ending up on a ventilator. White Fat Rock in 89 and an 85. Deb Train Honky got a little bit better too. Baker and Timo up to an 87. Conte an 84. Baker and Timo definitely good enough to be the starting running back. Flannel now a 49 fullback. Buck Nick at a 90. Wide receiver. Latisse an 89. Wideouts. Smith an 87. So look at that receiving core that he has now to work with. Otherwise, Samsung would be the third best option, but we gave Brosella 3 great options to throw to, which was definitely needed. Because tight end-wise, we are boned. Nobody at tight end. Dickinson up to an 80 on the O-line. Clausen a 76. 87 for Fatu. 73 for Sanada Wapa. And Bangers and Mash a 76. Ole up to an 80. As is Lars of the Mohicans. 95, Toogie McTookson at DT, Ballsec and Morand, both 88s right behind him. Jesus, 86 for Chin. I mean, if it was based off a defensive tackle, we'd be national champions. Anoki an 89. 94 for Eid La Sol. Nice pervert at an 84, now being moved over to linebacker. Dick a 76. 93 corners, Legends Arceus. 86 for Byron. 81 for In Your Ass, and 80 for Burrows. Taiwan number 1, a 93 at safety. Butterball, DeColdis, and Bueller all over an 80. 88 for Boo Boo Kitty Fox. 97 Cream of Wheat as a kicker. Won the Ray Guy as a punter last year. 99. He'll still miss field goals. And a punter, Stank Buteau, a 79. So not bad in terms of training camp results. We get to the player cuts. This will be pretty easy. Even though we have 13 players to cut, we'll get rid of these 2 old walk-ons. And the first thing we are going to do before cutting anybody is a walk-on check. Although, to be honest, it is what it is. So quarterback, pretty obvious. Couple 2-stars here. Darius Wilson and Paris Ingram. They can both go because, Jesus, you're just terrible. Can't afford to cut anybody there. Wide receiver-wise, don't think that we have anybody that we outright need to cut. Obviously, wide receivers will double check. Tight ends, there's nothing I can do. We got to keep them. On the O-line, could probably get rid of 2-star guard Gabe Harrison. Yeah, we can get rid of Gabe. That's center. 2-star Cedric Nash, we can get rid of him too. Right guard, 2-star Rob Everett, we'll get rid of him as well. And we're looking good. Defensive end. We can get rid of 2-star Marcus Johnson. Defensive tackle, we can get rid of 1,000 people, let's be honest. 2-star Brandon Anderson will be the first to go. And 2-star Brian Manning. And with that, we're down to just 3 cuts necessary. And this will be the place to do it. Andrew Washington at safety, Jed Wiggins, and Justin Pittman. Just like that, we're down to 70. Those were the easiest cuts of all time. And chat, remember what I mentioned. Remember what I mentioned. It's time. It is time for arguably the biggest decision you'll make here, as this will dictate how we are going to play the rest of this. We have been a part of the ACC this entire time. Our choice, and we will put up the poll in chat. I will let you know when it's live. The poll will be named What Do? Option 1, stay in the ACC, only draft or only scout from where we've been scouting from, which again are the 6 New England states and Canada. Basically, continue the challenge as we've been doing it. Option 2, we go full Notre Dame. We go independent, we play who we want, when we want, and we recruit whoever we want. We fully open up this challenge and see if White Fat Rock can dominate the nation with no limitations. He was good enough. He was good enough to dominate and win a national title with those restrictions. Do we take the handcuffs off and unleash White Fat Rock in his purest form with no restrictions? The poll is up now. I will leave it up to you guys. ACC and keep the challenge as it's been, or do we go full independent, recruit whoever the hell we want, and see just how many national titles we can win? And it's over already. Shout out to the one person who voted stay in the ACC. Oh, now 2 people. Yeah, it's done. The conversation is over. I think the conversation's over. People are done with the ACC. People are dumb. People are dumb? People are very smart. People are done with the limitations. It's done. There was no conversation. Boston College will be going independent. So the question is, do we go independent now, or do we wait a season? Because if we wait a season, then that means we get one more shot at the ACC, as the challenge was. So this season we stay, and then we can still recruit new people, or do we just immediately go independent and say, fuck the ACC, we're moving on? And people are saying now, okay. To the to the independent life we go. We are leaving the ACC. We are gonna go independent. I am going to have to swap them out with one of the Indy teams. Coastal Carolina is a perfect fit. I mean, Coastal Carolina is a perfect fit geographically. We're gonna go independent. We move them to the ACC. They become the third or the third Carolina-based team. And then obviously North Carolina's on the other side. Duke is there. So Coastal Carolina is a perfect fit. Have fun with Clemson, you fucks. And we will go independent, much like BYU, Army, Appalachian State, and Notre Dame. That was the big decision. A game-changing decision. We win the ACC, we win the national title, and we go independent. It is official. It is official, unless I saved it the wrong way, which I don't think I did. But I would have moved Notre Dame over, but at the same time, Coastal Carolina was perfect. So, with that, let's look at the recruitment board for the first time with no restrictions whatsoever. We are allowed to target every 5-star available. We are allowed to make sure... Oh my god, look at how many people are interested. So for shits and giggles, Canada... Oh, fuck you! You finally hand me a 5-star Canadian athlete right as I leave? Oh my god. What about Connecticut? All right, nothing major out of Connecticut. What about Maine? Nothing major there. Massachusetts, nothing major. Oh, God, aside from that Canadian. Oof, aside from that Canadian, we were going to get bent over. Oh, boy, and 1 4-star linebacker out of Vermont. Well, we get to go for the Canadian anyway, but Jesus Christ. So at quarterback, there is 1 5-star. His name is Bradley Robinson out of Reno, Nevada. We will target him. Although that pisses off Vinny Mosley. What the hell is your deal breaker, buddy? Playing time. Well, fuck it. We're going to target Bradley Robinson. We are definitely going to target this 4-star as well, Sean Stewart, because he's already interested. We're number 1 on this board, so we'll keep him in mind. Running back-wise, we got numerous 5-stars. David Dickens out of Titusville, Florida. Michael Elliott, we're already second on his board. Joe Wilson and William Graham. Fullback, since we can finally target fullbacks, there are 3 of them. The question is of who the hell to target. The fastest of the bunch is this guy right here in Cunningham. Doesn't have the best squat, but he does have good speed. Or do we want the strongest fullback of the bunch? 430 bench press. 339, not the best squat, but per capita, that dude's strong as shit. We'll get the strongest, and we'll get the fastest. Strongest and the fastest for the moment. Wide receiver-wise, hot damn. 2 5-stars are already interested. We will snag the 4-stars that are already interested as well. Is this what women on Tinder feel like? Just dudes throwing themselves at you? Pick me! God, what a life. There's a lot of 4-star wide receivers, and a lot of them that are interested in us. Jesus. Tight end wise. 1 5-star, and we're second on this board, only behind Miami. It worked out for you. That is true. Somehow, some way, dating apps did work out for me. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's true. I haven't seen the unsolicited dick pics yet. Give it time. So let's see. The fastest tight end, 464. Seems to be the going rate. There is Lenny Hicks. Is there anybody? Hello, 454. 452. All right. So we'll take those 3 because obviously we need to target some tight ends. On the O-line. Do we target the 4-stars that are interested, or do we just target the outright best options? Or both. Or both. That is the option right now. Like, Brooks is better than Thomas. I mean, he's got the... You know what, here, let's target the ones who are interested. Just to start, and then we'll see if we can come back and get the, just the outright beasts. If we still have space. See, the problem is this completely changes our recruit pattern right now and our methods because we're going to have some limited spots here. All right. Yeah, we're going to have to make some tough calls here. Yeah, already we have to completely change our thought process here. So at quarterback, we know that we had Robinson. We know that we have Stewart. Fastest quarterback of the bunch. We have the guy who's tied with Gaither anyway, and he's a 5-star in Robinson, so we're fine. Running back wise, we have the 3 5s or the 4 5-stars, so I don't think there's any reason to really go after a 4-star unless their numbers are crazy. I think we got 3 5-stars the entire time we were in the ACC, maybe 2. Let's see, a 438 for Sapp. Or anybody faster than that? 448 for Maddox. Definitely more of a power back. Is there anybody faster than a 438? We got a lot of 4-star running backs that are interested, but I just want to know if there's anybody who's just an athletic freak. And it doesn't really look like it. There are so many 4-stars that are independent here. All right, I think we're good. I think we're good there. Fullback wise, we have our 2 targets there. That's all well and good. Wide receivers is where we simply have too many goddamn targets at this point because there's so many wideouts as well. That's where we really ran into a lot of trouble. So, I mean, Hughes is interested as a 4-star. Indeed, FX, we've taken off the restrictions. Maybe we just leave it at the 3 5-stars for the moment, unless they're just a crazy like combine beast, like a 4.56, a 4.46. Like if there's someone who's a sub 440, which feels like a rarity at wideout, then I'll consider it. But aside from that, I mean, Joe Daly literally has a 440. All right, we'll leave it at that because again, we really do have to limit it to just the best of the best right now. So we'll make it happen. Tight end wise, was it just the... Nope, okay. There was a... That's right, there were a couple. There were 3 tight ends, which is fine because we don't have any tight ends. Those 3 can stay, that's all well and good. I have been paying attention actually to some of the NFL Combine scores, which is nuts. Especially that fucking D lineman, holy shit. Alright. Fucking 630 squat for that guy, is that the max? 645. Including Brooks. See, again, it's like, okay, do we look at people who are interested, or do we just look at the best available? Do we risk, not getting anybody for fighting for somebody, or do we just make sure that we fight for the best? That is the line that we have to walk right now. Especially because there are some guys here, 4-star wise, that like the squat is insane. Like there are some strong sons of bitches here. And they're the ones who aren't necessarily interested. I mean, there is this dude with a 645 and Adam Brooks. I think we have to go aggressive. I think we have to go aggressive. We're gonna go for the the 665 and a 655. Let's be honest, everything is gonna consistently be a need for another season or two. At guard, 5 stars are a guarantee that we target just due to their potential. Dude, that is 670 squat, for God's sakes. There are some people who just look absolutely insane here. At center, David Johnson with a 640 squat blew everybody else out of the water. He doesn't have the highest bench, but I mean, I'll take it easily. We'll take Osborne off the list for the moment. And that brings us to defensive end. We got the 2 5-stars already. We'll hold off on looking at 4 stars there for now. DTs, we have the 5 stars already on the list. So many defensive tackles. All right, linebackers, 4 stars. The best that we can get. Let's see who the top targets are here. I mean, personally, I like to look for speed at linebacker above all else. Like, I want mobile quarterbacks. So a 456 from Todd Andrews. 452s. An outright 450. We'll go for the outright 450 and Craig Johnson. And there are a couple of 452s. 605 squat for Landry. Let's see. It's interesting now. We actually get to put effort into our recruitment. Instead of just like, okay, this is all we get. We actually do now get to enjoy the joys of recruitment here. Middle linebacker. There's 1 5-star. So in terms of the 4 stars, it's a little bit more rough to look at. 452 still appears to be kind of the max speed that we're going to get. So out of that, he has a 605 squat. He has a 500. I mean, that makes it pretty easy. Go for Jonathan Jordan. Corners, no 5 stars. Still a bunch of 4 stars, though. Let's see, a sub 3 point or sub 4.4. Is it 4.38? Might be a lot of guys with that level of speed. Holy shit! Yes, there is. All right, you got to be closer to a 4.35 to make the initial cut here. Jesus. We're used to dealing with scrubs that we got to turn into monsters, and instead now everyone here is just a goddamn monster. This is outrageous. At safety, only a couple of 4 stars. This guy ran a 4.28. Holy shit. Well, he's definitely a target. Strong safety. Fastest guy of the bunch with a 4.40 was Jason Lewis. The problem is we do need kicker and punter. But there are a bunch of 3 stars and 4 stars available. So I'm not too worried. We should be able to get in on the conversation late. And I didn't even get to athletes, in which there are a million of them. Fuck. Oh my god. Alright. Alright. So let's see what we got here. There are 2 quarterbacks. Let's take a look here. If either of you are busts, you're off the board. Robinson's down by 2. Stewart's was the 4 star. So we'll take Sean Stewart off of the list. Open up space for an athlete. Running back wise. Dickens down by 1. Elliott down by 3. Wilson stays the same. Graham down by 1. All of them are 5 stars though. We'll keep the fullbacks. Honestly, right now, I think unless it's a position of need... My god, what do we even do here? What do we even do? It's just such a tough call. It is such a tough call. Like, can you even judge it in saying it's position of need versus anything else? Like, we're just looking to make sure we can get the best of the best. I just need to make sure that we have athletes on the list. Alright, these 2 4-star tight ends. Hicks is still a 74. Oh my god, they're all great. Oh no. It's like the Squidward meme. Oh no, he's hot. It's like, oh no, all of them are good. All of them. How the hell am I gonna get those athletes on the board? How the hell? This guy's 94 speed as a safety. That guy's an 81. What the fuck? Alright, so all the 4 stars we're gonna have to scout. We are gonna have to scout the 4 stars. I was gonna say, and if you're not good, you get cut. And they're all fucking good. They're all incredible. They're all incredible. We have too many good players to scout. Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. How the hell am I gonna get these athletes on the board? Jesus. I have room for 1 dude. Look at all these 5-star athletes, for fuck's sake. And then there's all the 4 stars who also might still be interested. Look at how many 4-star athletes there are, for the love of God. I guess we'll have to just join the conversation late on some of these guys. That's all I got. We'll have to figure that out as we go along. I might regret not having the athletes, but... athletes only. I mean, New challenge, athletes only. Yeah, no kidding. We have such a tough decision to make. We went from really not having athletes being a factor at all to now it's like, how can I possibly scout all of them? We're gonna leave it as it is for the moment. I might live to regret that, but I need time and I don't currently have it.